Would you like to get rid of your nasolabial folds? I think we all would. Okay, this little treatment will help you get rid of this. So what I'm going to do is teach you how to remove those lines or soften those lines at the very least. This is part of the superficial facial release treatment that I've been doing for the forehead, and now I'm going to be doing the nasolabial folds, and in a few weeks you'll be getting the jowls. So here's how you do the nasolabial fold release.
Little by little, piece by piece, I take back what's been stolen from me.
Okay, there's 3 parts to it. You put your fingers along the wrinkle line. So you can see where I'm putting them. So it's quite along the wrinkle line. You hold it back gently. And you first start, you use your fingers, put them in a C shape, and you do this 10 times, you move up 10 times, and you do that gently. Do that 10 times, and then when you finish that, do it at the bottom 10 times. Now notice I've changed to my finger is actually doing it, not this part of so the knuckle first and then my finger. And you do the other side, the same thing, okay? 10 times above the cheekbone and 10 times below the cheekbone. Then the next time you do it, 10 times above, but you do it just a little bit firmly and use your knuckle just a little bit more firmly. And when you do that, you'll feel it just gently releasing. It's quite a lovely feeling when it happens. So it will just release a little bit and you'll feel it happening. It's just a little bit further and all the way up to the corners of your eye. Okay, then the same thing, a little bit firmer, and you'll feel it releasing as you do it. You do that 10 times, and the same for this side. So you do that 10 times with your knuckle and you feel that releasing a little bit more. And then you go a little bit firmer again, 10 times. So you do that. So the first time up the muscle, it's lightly, and the second time it's just a little bit more firmer. So then what we do, the third time we start doing the hatch. And we hatch right across both muscles. Now these are the zygomaticus muscles that we're working with here. And the reason why we're working there, just come out a little bit underneath here, it's very important. Now you do that for about 30 seconds, then go to the other side and you do the same thing for 30 seconds. Okay? Now it's really important that we're working these lines because this is where these muscles are the ones that are attached to the nasolabial fold area. Here is a picture of it. I want you to have a look at that. What I'd like you to do is go to the description box and download that. Download this, okay? And that will help you understand how the muscles are attached to each other. So what I'd like you to do is think about how this muscle is attached to those nasolabial folds. So once you start releasing that fascia, you will be able to just push those muscles out a little bit more and it will strengthen them a little bit more for you. And then you'll find that those folds will not be as deep. Now, one last thing I would like you to do is hold back the wrinkle, okay? So here's the fold here. Hold back the wrinkle just gently. You can see where my finger is placed in relation to the wrinkle. And I want you just to hatch up and down for 30 seconds. And then hold that one back and hatch up and down that wrinkle for 30 seconds and just go ahead and go over your lips because that will help as well. Now, there are 2 things I want to tell you that you need to listen to. The first thing is don't use oil on your face when you do it. Because what happens when you do this, so it stimulates the hyaluronic acid layer, and what that does is it starts drawing water up to the top of the skin and it makes the skin look very dewy. So don't use any oil, don't use anything, because when you go to do your facial exercises, it will be too slippery on your face. The next thing is how to do it. So a few weeks ago, I showed you the forehead one. And then I've showed you this one, and then a few weeks later I'm going to show you the jowls. Now how you do this is this. So you're in series 1, let's say for example, you're in series 1, you're on level 1. If you're on level 1, you do the forehead. You do that for 2 weeks. You do not do the rest of the face. You only do the forehead. You move to level 2, you move to the nasolabial fold. You only do the nasolabial folds, and you do that for 2 weeks. You go to level 3, you only do the jowl one. Now, this is because I want to teach you also focus. This is to help you focus, and you're getting a really good focus exercise because you are doing the superficial facial release. It's also helping you, the release is helping the skin condition and bringing up the moisture of the skin and really helping that. It's helping you with the actual fascia on the muscle to be able to extend those muscles better when you exercise, and it's helping you with focus. But I only want you to do one every level. It's really important that you understand that, because when you do that, when you finish the series, you'll be amazed at the results that you get when you do it that way. So I don't want you to do it all at once before the exercises. I want you just to, as I explained, level 1 do your forehead, level 2 do your nasolabial folds, and level 3 do your jowls. I hope that's clear. The other thing, a reason why I don't want you to do all at once is because of the time factor. Because when we do our facial exercises, you know, we really enjoy doing them, but it does take a bit of time, especially when you're on level 3. Level 2 and level 1 and 2 are great, but get to level 3 and it really is a big effort. And I understand that because I do them too, and I know the effort it takes. Okay, so I have done things like superficial facial release that you can just do very quickly over your face, and it's nothing like a focused facial release that I'm doing here. So you can do that before you start your exercises, and you can do that all over right away. But this one, you need to do the way I've explained because it's very focused the way you're doing it. The other superficial facial release that I've done is not focused. This one is very, very focused on what muscle groups you are working on. And also it helps you, just helps you with your muscle groups when you're exercising them. It gives it a boost because when you've got the fascia has released a bit, the muscles are able to move that little bit more and strengthen that little bit more. Please go ahead and subscribe to the channel and hit the bell. And when you hit that bell, you'll get all the notifications. And also remember to like my video while you're watching it. I would really appreciate that. So make sure you add that to your facial routine and you'll just be so happy that you did. All right, well, you stay safe, be well, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
Little by little, piece by piece, I take back what's been stolen from me. Little by little, piece by